Good evening, everyone. This is Uncomfortable Conversations with your homeboy Uncle P. Go ahead.
Andrea B.
And we got Leslie, but she ain't got no microphone.
Producer Leslie.
Yep. See, every time. What's going on, Andrea? How you feeling? How was your week?
Well, we still at the beginning of our week, so it's
from last Tuesday to this Tuesday. Yeah.
It's been cool. Just been relaxing, enjoying my summer break, haven't worked in the summer. I work summers usually, and this summer I'm just home, so it's been all love, all relaxing and chilling.
Yeah. Leslie?
This week been poop.
Weekend. You said it's been weekend?
It's been poop.
Poop?
Yes.
Why would you consider it to be poop? Are you breathing? That's the thing.
A little bit.
That's the thing, right? We forget just how big of a blessing just breathing really is. You feel me?
True.
And if you woke up breathing, you woke up blessed.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. That's right. I love it when Jordan does that. That's my girl. You woke up breathing, you woke up blessed.
That's a good mantra to have.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's the only way to live. Honestly, you can't if you ain't breathing, you must be dead. That's how it works. I don't know no dead people that breathe. See, try it. See how that works. I don't even know why I even tried, bro. Anyway, this is Uncomfortable Conversations, and today we are talking about relationships in 2025. But first, I want to talk about Trump. Trump has passed his bill. It was in the Senate, I think. It was a 50-50 tie vote, and J.D. Vance gave the one vote to make it a 51-50. So there we go. We're cutting everything. Everything's getting cut off. But for all my people that work overtime, your overtime won't be taxed anymore. Yay! Everybody else can just,
Suffer.
Yes.
Kick rocks.
Yes. But it'll be crazy when they'll come out with another bill and they'll turn around and tax you because you make over
A certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Because really they're trying to work it in the favor of the billionaires that already have a lot of money. And those people that are making $300,000, $400,000 a year and more. That's what that is for. Don't worry about our grandparents and people that were affected by all these layoffs and firings and stuff like that need Medicaid and stuff like that to survive until they find something else. Forget about those people. Forget about our grandparents and the people that are on disabilities and stuff like that need Medicare and Medicaid. So, to the people that are excited, they can dangle anything in front of a nigga face and they'll jump on it. But this subject pisses me off.
I bet it does, because when we think about everything that's in the big beautiful bill, it's $3.3 trillion, and this is what Elon Musk was trying to cut, was the spending.
Okay.
Right. So this is why Elon Musk and Donald Trump are at odds right now, because he's like, I just cut all this spending by firing all these people, getting all these people fired, of which Leslie was a casualty, getting all these people fired from their jobs, cutting services, cutting resources, bringing money back to us, and then you go out and you spend $3.3 trillion on this big bill because you want to give your friends a tax cut. He's a part of the friends, though. He's a part of the people that gets, and Trump said it, he gets subsidies himself.
That's crazy.
If he didn't get subsidies, he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be able to fly his ships. He wouldn't be able to create electric cars. He wouldn't be able to do all that stuff that he's doing. But it's major tax cuts for the wealthy, funding for a border wall expansion again, right? Instead of just negotiating with Mexico and just making America, I said just make Mexico part of the United States. Like, just fuck it. It's already there.
Right.
Like, why the big thing about, just make them part of that? Like you made Puerto Rico a territory.
Yeah.
Make Mexico a territory. You feel me? Give them their own situation. They can't vote for a president and leave it like that, right? increased ICE and immigration enforcement, right? We already know what's been going on with ICE, how they've been sending people. They've been sending. Now I heard that the judges have passed a law stating that you don't even have to send them back to their country of origin.
What?
So if you from Venezuela, I can send you to Mexico.
Wow.
And the thing is behind it, it's like, well, he didn't know anybody when he came here. How do you know he didn't know anybody when he came here?
That's crazy.
You ain't hear about them? They locking people up and putting them in like a prison down in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep. They
nice.
built all these prisons,
That's nice.
and the people that they're deporting, they're putting it. No, it's not nice for the people being deported, throwing in there like dogs.
Things ain't nice for what they do to us. People say that's nice.
No,
I'm just saying that's just
That's
what
not-
they're doing. I can't stop them from doing that.
I know.
So I'm not saying that's nice as like forget about it. I'm just saying like they have somewhere to go. Right? They're
But
not,
I'm sure the
That's not where they
conditions
wanna
are
be.
Inhabitable almost.
Abs-
They probably just
no, them prisons. If they just built them, they nice. Prisons is
For
nice.
how long?
I ain't gonna say long for long, but you know it's all right.
Nothing about prison could be nice.
Nothing about
about to
prison
say,
is nice,
absolutely
but
not.
the new ones are a little bit better than the old ones.
But you got to think about it like this, right? You don't know how they look in that country, how they built them, and then the fact that all of these people are being deported and there's no tracking of them, like no way to track where you sent them at or where they going.
These people have families.
For the people that voted for Trump, he said he was going to do all this stuff. This is my thing. He put out the plan for 2025. I'm getting back at my enemies. I'm cutting Medicaid. I'm doing all this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give all my friends and all my supporters tax cuts to help them increase their profit. Everybody's worried about money. Like capitalism is we were talking about that on the show on Monday.
Okay.
Like the 5 R's. And she
Okay.
was like, if there's any system that I feel helps recidivism, it's capitalism.
Wow.
It's wanting more money, wanting to make more money, right? You strip everything from us and then you give us drugs and guns and you can make some money off of that. And you want us to do that because that populates the jail,
Okay.
right? So right now, Chester is the #1 producer of people that's going to jail. Like that's what Chester does for Delaware County.
You know
Produce
what?
inmates.
You know what I think is ironic, and I never understood this. Just like when they built Harrah's a couple of years ago, like it's the prison and then there's the casino. Like, whose idea was that?
Well, I mean,
like,
I was told on live that, you know, the ex-mayor brought Harris here, right? So I would think that Harris didn't know that the casino was being built. I mean, Harris didn't know that the prison was being built, or the prison didn't know that Harris was being built. Either way, they wasn't communicating that when they sold the property. And then it's like, all right, well, look, no one's ever escaped for real. So, you know.
another thing I'm thinking about property, like the soccer stadium. And I think about like when the soccer games happen and
Right.
the parking, all the money that's generated through those
Oh, they was
soccer
down there.
games.
They was down there cutting the grass and getting everything ready.
So where does that money go to?
I don't know. You got to ask the people that are. I mean, I'm sure we can enact the sunshine law and go and ask them a couple questions about where the money goes, but I don't really know.
Because people be coming to these soccer games.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
It's be,
That's why the highway was built the way it is, in
Yeah.
and out.
Yeah, but I'm
Get
like,
in and out. Get off the highway, go to the game, get back on the
Yeah.
highway, leave. Right. We don't want you to ride through Chester. We don't want you. We don't want you to get shot or anything like that.
How about our new pool in Memorial Park?
We got a. It's a pond.
The new,
Wait,
the
pause.
new, the
It's a
new.
pond. Why you say pause to a pond?
wait, is we got a pond?
Yeah, we
What's the
got
pause
No,
to
no,
a
I'm saying, I
pond?
didn't know. I didn't know. I'm saying I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't
we
know.
got
This
a
is
we
new-
got a
new.
pool across the road from the pool.
I didn't know.
That's
Yeah.
not a pool. That's a pond.
That is not no goddamn pond.
It is a pond.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody jumping in it.
Yeah.
I don't care how hot it get. Ain't nobody jumping in there. It's dirty already.
Oh,
It's supposed to be fish. It's supposed to be golden frogs and a rainbow that comes in.
I was hearing of no. I was hearing. I saw something on social media that pond. It's like not
Stormwater.
good. It's like sewage or
Yeah,
something supposed to
it's
be
the
leaking in
stormwater.
there. It's
Ew.
nasty.
And they put a pipe that
Says
runs
sewage.
to the pipe runs under the train tracks and then to the Delaware River.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's murky.
Huh?
Yeah, the from the pond, from the new pool,
Right?
there's a pipe that's running the stormwater out to the Delaware River.
Yeah, it's really really kind of murky. I heard about that on social media. I was being nosy somewhere, and I read about that.
That's crazy.
It's a nice,
it is.
it's a nice pool. So for the people that didn't want to pay the $100 to get in the regular pool, you got a free pool.
Don't do that.
that you can-
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be so rude to people. That's $100 is a lot of money, bro. Like
Some people
For a
spend.
family of 5,
I wanna say right now, right?
That's not for
I
a
w-
family
I-
of five.
I wanna-
Five people?
$500. That's $20.
Everybody doesn't have your acumen. Everybody doesn't have your go get it. Everybody isn't equipped. Listen to me. Let me say,
$500. It's $100 for 5 people. That is $20 a person.
everybody doesn't have it. We
People
can't.
spend $100 on their recreational activities.
Shit.
People spend $100 on weed.
I was
At the
trying not to
bar.
say that. I was trying not to say that.
I
was
said
trying
it
not
on
to say that.
Facebook.
was
I
trying not to
said
say
all
that.
y'all complaining about $100, but be spending $100 on those watered down ass drinks in the bar.
Can we say that everybody is not you? Everybody's not you. Everybody's not me. There are different situations. I know for a fact there are families in this community that can't afford that. Not because they can't do something, not because they're doing too much of anything, just because they fucking can't. Right? And so when you understand that,
We
right, and say
understand that.
$100 taking from food, taking from clothes, taking from somebody watching you, taking from help, taking from all of this, you want me to put $100 on a family of 5 going, I don't have it.
We're not talking about those people,
Like,
though.
but
We're
you-
talking about
People
the people
complaining
that
that
are
got the
on
$100 and don't wanna pay that
Facebook
shit.
that
The
don't
people-
want to pay
the
it,
people
that got
don't-
the money be in and out of the
that
bars.
don't want to pay it weren't going there anyway.
But
They're
they were the
complaining
main
about
ones
it.
complaining
Complaining about
on
it.
social
Don't you
media about it.
understand what happens with social media? What's the first thing that social media asks you when you turn it on?
No,
What
what's
is it
on your
asking me
mind?
right now?
What's on
What's
your
on your
mind?
mind? What's on your mind?
So, oh my God, did you hear about the pool? They want $100. Did you try any other pool anywhere else? Try to
Way
become a
more.
member of the Nile. The Nile's going to
That's like $500, I think.
for a family of 5. I
Marsh
think it's
Creek
like Marsh
is
Creek.
$14 a person a day.
Right.
Wow.
So, like, if you want to go swimming, if you want to be in a nice area, if you want to be able to do nice shit, you got to pay. You can't go to Dorney Park for free. You can't go to Hershey Park for free. You can't go to Great Adventures for free. You want to get on the ride, you got to pay.
You can't go anywhere for free.
But we understand this. So, for the people that really can't afford it, when you say, if it wasn't out drinking, and let's just say she got a 14-year-old child that's watching it and she's struggling. She's like, well, is my mom drinking with the money? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what we
I don't want to come off insensitive to families.
That's
that,
the thing. So that's what y'all just did. Y'all was totally insensitive.
I'm not-
Insensitive. Oh my God.
Whatever. Look at
Anyway, changes to Medicaid. I'm about to lose my Medicaid because of Donald Trump, man. Like, I need that joint. I'm
I just
stroke
got my
related.
Medicaid and my food stamps.
I'm stroke
and they're
related,
about
bro.
to
I can't.
take my stuff. I
And then
just lost my
crackdowns on
job.
DEI. I don't believe DEI ever benefited anybody that was black anyway.
Really?
No.
Why?
Because it didn't.
They still counted all the niggas that they bought in.
Right. And they fired all of them. We don't need DEI. What we need to stand firm is in unity together. That's the only inclusion we need to have is for us. If we work with us, then they wouldn't be able to pull these tricks that they pull. But we got too many people. Anyway, is dating becoming more like politics? Meaning
Yeah, because you need to explain that.
one big package where you have to take the good with the bad.
I'll go first. I don't think anybody has to accept anything that they don't want to. That's just my personal opinion. We all have choices in what we deal with. Why you got that smirk on your face?
Nothing.
Why you got that smirk?
No. For me, I am a person that will stick until the wheels fall off. And that's what I was taught. I was taught love it's not a constant. Sometimes it's a beat.
Okay.
You feel me? Like
Okay.
sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off.
Okay.
If you love your partner, you'll understand when it's off. You'll make it work. You'll strive to make it work. I'm learning now that if I'm striving, I don't have to overdo. I talked about that today on my Good Morning.
Okay.
I'm learning non-attachment. to disassociate myself, to allow things to leave. So for me, dating is not like politics because I'm not voting for anybody. You feel me? And I make my own wave. I do for me, right? Nobody really does for me. We can do for us. We can work together to create something for us, but you're not doing nothing to benefit
But
me.
I feel like we need to normalize changing the script. Like, say, for instance, if we observed a certain type of dynamics in a relationship growing up, and if that was something that you observed and it works for you, hey, you take that. But if you realize there's certain things that you observed and like, hey, like that was a toxic relationship, or this person wasn't operating in reciprocity, and you're seeing those things, even though you were taught those things, even though you observed those things, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to repeat those cycles. And sometimes because we're accustomed to seeing certain dynamics in relationships, we repeat those cycles in not just romantic relationships, platonic relationships as well. And so it's like you have to know when to like keep certain things and when to throw the bones away. And it'd be hard though sometimes when it's like that's all you know.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what love is, right? I get that. Dante, what's up, bro? Dante said, Ninja, you stick around until you're riding on the brakes and the motors with no wheels. Listen, that's when you know it's over. How do you know it's over if you leave it and everything's
But
still
I
good?
think that's part of trauma too, that you holding on for dear life. I don't think that it's not just all about, I love this person. There's some trauma there too.
I said that. There could be some trauma there, right? But, you know, more than anything, that's what I was taught. Because people leave so suddenly, snap of a finger, they're gone. And when they leave, they don't come back, right? So when you say you love somebody, you got to mean that shit. I said this, and if anybody remembers, Dante, you could attest to this. You know, love is where you find forgiveness. If you love somebody, you got to forgive them too.
How many times?
I see, that's the problem. We're not talking about how many times. I don't know. It's different. It's different numbers for everybody. You got different numbers. You got different numbers. I have different numbers. It doesn't matter, right? I will never tell my brother to, you got to leave. Figure your shit out, bro. Like, you got to talk to her. Now, I had this conversation earlier, and the brother said, if you walk in and your girl going through your phone, you going to leave her? No, she going through my phone. She should leave me. If she don't leave me,
And you know, we always go back and forth in this because I'd be like, yo, like, she doing some wilding out stuff, and you just like, oh, well, she's going to stay. I'm going to stay too. Like, what the fuck?
Because I'm busy. You know how hard it is to get out here and find another fucking relationship? You know how hard it is to get out here? It's harder to find a relationship than it is to build one.
You preaching to the choir. Like, seriously.
How long? From the last one to the new one.
So, let's see. My turnaround time wasn't that long. I got divorced in September of 2023.
Okay.
We're in January. I mean, we're in July of 2025. I'm in a relationship. That wasn't too long. That wasn't the math. Look, thinking about the math. That's not long.
That's not long. That's not long.
But
at
it's
all.
about the work and being intentional. You got to know what you want and put yourself in a position to attract what you want.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people be wanting certain things, but they're not even ready for certain things.
That sounds like misery. Ish, what's up, Ish? You need to get here, bro. I keep telling you, you have an open invitation to come through here and talk, right? You wanted to talk on the last podcast. She had hit me up and said, you know, she was trying to come through. But I believe that's just me. For a man, that's really how a man should be. You feel me? You should stay until you realize that I've ran out of opportunity. I can't do anything. All the holes are shut. All the walls are closed. I can't do anything. I have no other choice but to turn around and walk out, right? It's not comfortable. We're fussing. We're screaming. We're hollering. That's when it hit me. You leave, you show up, and you're still yelling, I'm out. I got love for you. I will love you to the day I die. You feel me? But I can't stay in this situation with you
But we
anymore.
always have these conversations. If you are running into the same person in different bodies, then it's like, okay, what's up? What's going on with you? Where you're like, okay, I keep on running into this toxic man. I keep on running into this toxic woman. I'm not going to say toxic. These are behaviors that I do not like, and I keep on running across them. What is it about you that you keep on attracting it? Because we always can point the finger and say, oh, well, this person is this person that.
I'm not pointing no fingers. I said it was me. I said I was broken. I said the way that love came to me, I wasn't capable of accepting it the right way. You feel me? I always thought it was something else. It was another reason. It wasn't truly love. And that was because I was hurt. You feel me? Like, I was still associating my hurt with every female that I came across.
So I always try to challenge you because I'm being a little transparent right now, to have a mother wound, to be a woman and to not have her mother,
Right.
to be a woman that didn't have healthy relationships, you tend to cling to the things that's like unhealthy because that's all that you know. But at some point you be like, all right, how long am I going to continue to like the cycles and the patterns? So
I didn't realize it was cycles and patterns until I sat down and really looked at it. I didn't realize what was going on until, you don't know because you're on the train. You feel me? Like, you can't see where you're going straight ahead of you, but you see everything as it passes you by. You feel me? So as things was happening, it was like, damn, oh shit, that looked familiar. You feel me? Then when you finally get off, you're like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm not doing that again. You feel me? I'm not getting on that train again. I'm not doing that again. So certain situations had to happen, and then I.
And you know what the hardest part about like getting into new relationships, being responsible for like owning up that you caused some of your own pain
In a new relationship?
in your old relationship.
Yeah, I take all the pain from the door. I did that. I fucked that up. I don't need nobody to come in and own anything. Later on in life, you'll realize when you try to get in another relationship with somebody the same way that you got in a relationship with me, and you hit a brick wall and that person runs, and then you'll be like, oh shit, maybe it was me. Then you'll come to me, we'll have a conversation.
But nobody talks about how do you go from unhealthy and adapt to healthy.
You don't know. Well, how do you go from what?
Unhealthy to healthy. That adjustment, like everybody wants a healthy relationship, but a lot of people want the healthy, the non-toxic relationship, but are they willing to put in the work? Because it is uncomfortable when you're used to screaming, hollering, cussing, and being toxic, and then you get into something that's not like that. It is uncomfortable. You might have wanted it, but it's something you're not used to, so you might resist because it's like it's unfamiliar. You want the healthiness, but you don't know how to function in it.
Who wouldn't know how to function in healthiness if you're unhealthy?
If you've done healing and
You're
you
still
are healthy, right?
Right.
But
So now you're trying to move away. You got to move away from everything that was around you that was toxic. You can't take toxic shit into a new situation. We can't have a toxic relationship from here and carry it into a new situation and call that healthy just because we went to therapy and we talked to a couple people. That's not a healthy situation.
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
Once you've done healing and you move on to a healthy situation,
Right.
certain habits die hard.
Right.
As much as I'm zen and shit, I still have some stuff with me.
Okay.
So it's like moving away from those things, those toxin patterns that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And something healthy, it's hard sometimes.
It's absolutely
something
hard.
I wanted, but it's like
It's absolutely hard.
work.
It's absolutely hard. It's absolutely hard for a man to stop cheating. You feel me? That's crazy. That's hard. You feel me? For me to say no. For me not to me to pick that. Oh no, I'm not. No. Damn. That's hard, bro. You feel me? And if it's not happening the way you want it to happen, guess what? You'll go back to doing what brings you comfort. Brings me comfort to be laying next to a female. You feel me? And be able to rub on her. You feel me? That brings me comfort. No, I can't find comfort in that anymore. You feel me? So for me, it was about saying that to myself and just, letting things move. Because other than that, it wouldn't have never got better.
So when you think about relationships now, like what are like some of your non-negotiables?
My non-negotiables? Mm-hmm. I don't really think I have any
Everybody has them.
Listen, don't lie to me. Don't cheat on me. Everything else we can work on. I don't want you to have no funky feet. Like, be a woman. Like, are you a woman? You brush your teeth? You wash your ass? You feel me? Like, do you not stink?
That's basic.
Yeah, so that's all I need. I don't need all. What else? What is some of your non-negotiables? The same fucking thing. Don't lie and cheat to me on me.
It's a little deeper for me.
Go ahead. Give me the
Alignment.
deeper.
Alignment. I said that in your Facebook post earlier. Like, if we don't have any common goals,
How do you find alignment? You got to date them first,
You
right?
have to date them, and you have to have open communication.
I can't say alignment is a non-negotiable for me if I don't know if we align. I can't say that's a non-negotiable. If I find out we're not aligned, you just ain't gonna talk. You feel me? Like, but you don't find that out until you get a little bit deeper than the first 2 months.
But you know why? Because often people sleep with people so fast, and then it's like, okay, you can sleep with someone and you realize that you don't like them. You like the sex, you like the physicality, but you don't like them as a person. So then it's like, you just wasted your time. Nobody talks about that. People be jumping, it's the lust. You jump in and you don't get to know somebody, and then you don't like them.
You don't really realize how hard it is for a man that is always used to getting what he wants to stop getting what he wants because he wants better. You feel me?
Okay.
How
I'm not a man, so I don't understand.
how that looks to other men, because you telling other men, bro, why? Explain why. I don't know, man. I just do it. Huh? It's like being in physics class, and the last science you took was 8th grade science. It's like, I don't understand this. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Y'all not talking English. But it happens, and, you can't. I don't want to walk away, but I have to. You feel me? I'm not trying to meet somebody and smash on the first night. I've done that so many times.
Okay.
Right? And it's different for every man, right?
And I'm not saying, because I know it's not saying that you can't have sex on the first night and not still have a healthy relationship. So I want to put that out there, because it depends on the two people involved. But I will say 9 times out of 10, that could be a recipe for disaster. Especially if you're being intentional about trying to date someone for long term. If you're just trying to have a good time, I'm here for a short time, not a long time, we just kicking it, that's one thing. But if you're being intentional about wanting to have like a lifelong partner, that's when you have to kind of move differently.
Right.
So,
I mean, a lifelong partner, I mean, it is what it is. It is what you make it, right? Ain't that what they say? So we could talk about being lifelong partners. If we can have a conversation, if we have similar likes and similar dislikes, then we can work on everything else.
but this is the thing, like I was saying, sometimes sex clouds people's judgment.
If the sex is good, we damn sure gonna work on everything else. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Have you ever had sex with somebody, the sex is good and their personality is trash?
Yeah.
And that didn't last long.
No.
So that's my
Yeah,
point.
they did last long. Personalities be trash. When did you stop trying to smash on the first night? Dante, shut the fuck up. What y'all tell Dante to do, Leslie, on your podcast? Damn. I don't know this, Jean-Pierre.
So you so I'm caught up. I paused. Wait
Go
a
ahead.
minute.
Go ahead.
So you said that you deal with someone that has a trash personality
Yeah.
because they got good sex.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, long term. So then that's part of the problem, because you're thinking with another head. So it's like the discipline, like.
That's the head that always does the
Okay,
thinking.
but at some point, if you want better, then you got to move towards better.
That's why I say I'm not moving towards anything right now. I'm in my space. I'm finally in my space. Do you know how long it's been since I've had a space?
You spoke about it.
Right? So I'm in my space. Like, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
But
Some
it's
coconut oil. You feel me? Some candles. My daughter got me candles for $5. I said, oh, this is going to go great in my room. Right here.
I just don't.
Turn the lights down low.
I just don't understand, though. I really don't.
Tasty blacks. It's a wrap.
I don't understand.
Huh?
Because it's like, okay, no, you're not in a relationship right now, but if we're thinking about future, because just because you're not in that mode now,
Right.
it's about changing your mindset.
Why?
Why you are
You tripping.
Because
You got me
you
going.
gotta
I done shifted already.
Clearly you have not.
I have. So I'm not supposed to have sex?
That's not what I said.
So what are you saying?
We're talking about being with someone that has a trash attitude.
That was in the past. I said in the past. I'm not talking about in the future.
Because I'm asking you about present. Like,
Oh.
did you deal with someone now that their sex was awesome, the head was amazing, but their personality was trash? Could you deal with that currently? That's what I'm asking.
That's what you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Andrea, I don't even know why. I don't even know why you be
trying
I don't even know
either.
why
Like
I'm
you trying to
I'm
get me
just
to understand.
trying.
I understand what you're saying, and the question will always be because as a man, you always think you can fix it. Right? Women can run away and go fix themselves and say, "I'm not different. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not dealing with that again." A man always thinks he can fix things. There ain't a man that don't always think he can fix things. You got a car out front, you try to get your car fixed, it's been out front. That's why cars stay out front of houses and don't move after years, because dad thought he could fix it and he couldn't fix it. He couldn't figure it out. You feel me? Like,
But I feel like I'm always going to try to get you.
oh,
to-
no.
no,
Don't waste your time.
finish.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Listen to Leslie. She said definitely don't. Don't waste your time.
Don't waste my time.
No, it's not a waste. It's not really a waste of time. But for me, like if it's everything I wanted, that's all I really want. I just want peace. And if that's the only place I get peace is in the bedroom, shit, I'll take it. There's some places you was in relationships with, got to train everything all over again. Teach yes, up, down, right, left. Oh yeah, no,
So she
teeth.
could be cussing you out, but she got good.
Yes.
It contradicts everything you say.
Why does that contradict everything I say? Why would you allow
You-
that to
'cause-
contradict
so I'm gonna
everything
tell- I'm
so
gonna give
everybody
you-
has to be the way I want them to be?
I'm going to give you some
Go ahead.
concrete examples. You always say that communication is key, and
It
if
is.
somebody is like being disrespectful towards you and yelling or screaming, you're not going to want to deal. Once you put
Right.
your hand up, I recall all of these conversations,
Right.
but now you're saying
Right.
that okay, if she got a good pussy, if she got a good head, I could rock and roll with her. It's like you got to pick a side.
Wow.
Which one is you on? Like is you this or you that?
I'm me. My decisions are my decisions.
are.
Your decisions are your
Facts.
decisions. If I meet somebody and I can work, we can work on it. Now can we change it? It has to be perfect from the beginning?
That's not what I'm saying, Pierre.
You're saying later that if she starts arguing, I gotta walk.
No,
so
that's not what I'm saying.
So what are you saying
I'm
about the
holding
arguing?
I'm holding you.
Is she aggressive? Is she beating me up? Is
I'm
what?
holding you accountable because it's like if you want something, if this is how you get the things that you desire by sticking to the script. If you're not going to tolerate this and you say you're not going to tolerate this, don't tolerate that shit. Period. Point blank.
Sex doesn't bring peace. It brings a soul tie.
Listen,
Stop
I
playing
can talk about that.
Stop playing Mr. Fix It before you end up broken beyond repair. Sex can be the end of your life. I'm trying to figure out why do y'all as women feel like you can tell a man how he should be handling sex?
So
I think women are the ones that should tell women how to handle sex and leave men to understand how they handle sex. Because you don't really know how I feel when I'm having sex. You don't really know what I'm doing when I'm having sex.
This is not a-
You're doing something and I'm doing something. There's two partners in this situation, right or wrong.
right.
Right. So what I'm doing is different from what you're doing. So if it's good, obviously I've weighted against it being trash and she being perfect and doing everything else.
So nobody's expecting perfection, Pierre. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is if you don't want something, if you say you don't want something, but yet you tolerate it because they got good pussy or good head, then you're just
You're making it minuscule. That's a big situation.
I'm not.
You're good pussy or good head. You're making it like it's small. It's not small. It's not.
It's not.
not.
I'm not saying it's small, but
Okay.
it's like
Go ahead.
you could have someone that has good, and actually is not screaming and hollering if you make that the standard. And no, I'm not saying that anybody is perfect or to expect perfection from anyone. But if you don't stand firm on your own standards, then it's kind of like you're not respecting yourself. Because these are standards that you have for yourself, but you're not even holding yourself to your own standards.
again.
So I'm just gonna let it go. All right.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying that's my standard, right? And I can't have my own standard. My standard has to be in agreement with y'all.
You're not hearing me.
I'm hearing you. You just said hold them to your own standard. You have
said
your
you
own.
don't like women. You like feminine women. You like women that talk to you, not at you. You
Right.
want someone that is nurturing. You
So
want
why would you assume that I would pick a woman that don't know how to talk to me if I've already gone through that? Because that's the scenario you gave me, and the scenario I gave you was that if the pussy in the head was good, I wasn't worried about it. So that
I
didn't,
said
that
I
didn't,
specifically put certain things in there. I said if a woman has good pussy and good head, and her mouth is trash, her attitude is trash, could you still deal with that? And you said yes, but you're saying that you don't want that.
I'm saying I don't.
You don't want a woman that is disrespectful,
No,
that
no.
doesn't know how to speak to the king. And you, that's what you say all
Don't
the
I
time.
don't nobody want that.
But you would tolerate it for some good pussy.
There's a lot of reasons to tolerate shit. Is there not? I mean,
You
we're
can't
asking the question.
So the thing
You-
is,
you-
if you have the standard, then you can probably
Give me something that you
attract-
tolerate, not in your relationship, but something in your life that you tolerate.
Tolerated a lot of things that I shouldn't have.
And now you no longer tolerate those things.
Correct.
Give me an example.
Lack of reciprocity. Overextending, overgiving, and not getting the same in return. I used to be that because I had abandonment wounds. So I attracted friendships and relationships based off my wounding. So once I realized that, and I didn't even take therapy, once I realized that, I said, hey, I have to change. I can't blame people for treating me a certain way when I'm disrespecting myself by treating myself a certain way, by tolerating certain things. So I'm only telling you things that I've worked through myself.
Right.
But that's another conversation for another day.
Okay.
Because you ain't trying to hear nothing I said.
I'm hearing what you have to say. I'm just saying that for me, I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman that can talk to me, be nice to me, and the pussy trash.
But you can have both. If that's what you can have both.
If it shows itself, it will reveal itself.
But this
right?
is-
And I will find it because guess what? I'm not dealing with anybody. I'm doing the work. I'm just not doing it the way you. My mindset is not on this. Oh, I'm gonna be able to find this. You know how long? I'm 45 years old.
You're not that much older. I'm 42.
Guess
so
what?
You saying?
3 years is a lot.
Not really.
Yes, it is. Let me
Okay.
fast forward you 3 years, and then you'll be like, oh man, let me go back to the 3 years, right? What's that? You saying I'm small minded? Very small minded. Yeah, I mean, for me,
We attract.
I am me,
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
I know what I don't want.
Correct.
I know what I do want.
Correct.
Sometimes what I do want outweighs what the fuck I don't want. I'm human. Sometimes what you do want outweighs what the fuck you don't want. Sometimes what you don't want outweighs what the fuck you do want. In my category, pussy has to be good.
I'm not saying that you should
Right.
settle on that, but I'm saying we have what we believe we can have. Personally, this is my mantra, so let me not try to put this on you.
Go ahead.
I believe personally that you can have what you desire if you believe it, but it also takes the work that you put into yourself.
Absolutely.
And you can attract what you desire. So if you want somebody that's sweet and nurturing and got good pussy, you can have that. But if you settle because you're like, oh, the pussy is good, so I can deal with that. That's what a lot of people do. They be like, oh, well, they're this, they have this great quality, but this shit is fucked up, and this is just fucked up, and this is fucked up. And they'll settle because that one ticket item is big
Said
to them.
non-negotiables. I said she got to be clean. She can't be dirty. She got to know how to keep her house. She got to be mindful of her kids. She got to love her kids. She got to be able to talk to her kids. She got to be able to discipline her kids. You feel me? I don't have a problem with dealing with somebody with kids. A lot of people say, I don't want nobody with kids. That's a non-negotiable. How can you be 45 years old and not want to deal with somebody with kids? That's hard. So you don't love kids? You don't like kids? No, you need to be able to travel. Traveling is on your major, on your high. It's higher over dealing with somebody that has that grounding and is capable of staying at one spot.
I'm not judging anybody about their preferences. Just like you have preferences, everybody in this room has preferences. So I can't judge somebody to say they don't want to deal with somebody with kids. That's their preference. That doesn't make them a bad person. It's just the preference. They could love kids and just don't want to deal with nobody else's kids. Hey,
But
I can't diss somebody for that though. Preference. You have a preference. I have a preference. Leslie has a preference. We all do in here.
I don't. Like I said, everything is negotiable. Compromise.
So this is the thing, and this is, see, again,
But when do we negotiate and compromise?
we compromise when there's reciprocity in the connection. We compromise when, because it's like, why am I compromising for you if you're not trying to give any leeway? What am I doing? What am I in here for? There's no reciprocity.
So you have
That's
a
when you
conversation.
compromise.
You have a conversation. You talk about it, right? Why is it going this far? We don't know what it is. I don't understand what it is. I can't go off my last relationship and say that's the type of female you are. Because listen, let me explain it to you. I don't like to be yelled at. I would love it if you could talk to me the way we talk when we're in bed together. I would love it if you could handle me with care like that. Having that conversation with her, and if it don't change, all right, then I'm out.
So
Now I'm wrong because I left her and she get pregnant.
No.
Nah, she don't know how to talk.
no, because I don't even know.
I know. You get confused.
I'm so confused.
Women are expected to be independent, nurturing, emotional, available, but not too much. How do you feel about that?
Can you repeat that again?
Women are expected to be independent, nurturing, emotionally available, but not too much.
I have no problem with any of that. Because I feel like in everything there has to be balance and duality. In everything.
Would you say that as a woman has to be almost like a damsel in distress?
No, I don't agree with that.
Do you think, I can't say yeah, man, right? I don't want to do the personal thing.
Go ahead.
Do you think a man wants to be needed in your life?
Absolutely.
Do you give him a space to be needed in your life?
Absolutely, but I had to learn that because I was very dominant and very non-trusting. But let me say this. The reason I was non-trusting because I've been felt so much,
Right.
so I wanted that control.
Right.
I know I'm always going to have me. So I can't trust you to take care of this or take care of that because I allowed you to do this and you fucked up. So you're not going to fuck up again.
Right, but how do you do that? How do you give a person space to be needed in your life?
First of all, you have to heal that wound and forgive to be able to release that control. It's hard. I'm in a healthy relationship and that's still hard for me. I was just talking about this yesterday, actually.
Right.
So that's not something that you just unlearn, but it takes practice with like little things, like just allowing someone to take something off your plate or make the reservations or do this or do that and just being like, I'm gonna take my hands off of it. Cause I'm all, cause I used to be the type that's all up in it. Like, I gotta make this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And then get mad that I'm doing everything, but I wanna try to control things when I should have just learned how to take my hands off and say, hey, give this person a chance to fail.
Right.
And if they fail, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means they messed up. But give them an opportunity. I would not give opportunities. I'm like, and then I'd be mad. So, again, that's me taking accountability. So that's why I be hard, not hard on you, but I don't know. I don't be hard on you, but I be trying to.
Trying to what?
I be just trying to be helpful.
I know. I appreciate the help. I appreciate my sister holding me to account. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. But my non-negotiables are erasable. You understand what I'm saying? My non-negotiables, they can go up for something else and move for something else. You feel me? Like, because it's mine.
That's facts.
And I need to be able to control that. You feel me? Like, and that's just how I feel, right? But I understand where the question first came from.
And I want to say this. No matter what your past, whatever mistakes you've made, you still have the right to have standards. You still have the right to desire certain things. And that's why I was saying what I said, because I'm like, okay, you can have the very things that you want. It might take a little bit more work on your part. It may take a little bit more time.
Right.
But if you really desire something, don't settle.
Right.
Not saying that you're not supposed to compromise either, but you can have what you want. I believe that.
Absolutely. If you're willing to wait. And sometimes, you know, you gotta wait. Gotta wait for your bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we even dating the person or the version of them social media told us to want? Are we even dating to get to know the person, or are we going off what our friends are saying on social media, off of these posts, off of these podcasts? Are we allowing them to dictate the person that we're dating?
I'll speak. So, for example, I don't know if my person is on social media right now,
Right.
but my person is not a social media person.
Okay.
My person is very chill, mild-mannered. You will
Right.
not see them on social media like that.
Right.
I'm totally different. I'm
Right,
on social
right,
media. I'm
right.
talking whatever. So I can't say social media had any influence at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm before I joined social media, I was probably like him, just laying low. Right, I ain't got time for the extra. Everybody told me, nah, man, you gotta get on Facebook, man. That's where you get all the. I'm like, I got enough. I don't need no more. When I originally started my Facebook page, was because I was trying to get into being a radio personality.
okay.
That's it. It's business for me.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So I could get on there and like a couple people and like a couple posts and share a couple posts and get off.
Right.
You feel me? People think I be on it all day. I don't. You feel me? I get on there, I get off. I get on, I get off. I get on, I get off. Right? So it's not a it doesn't control how I view the female that I want. I know what she looks like. Right? I don't know what her face looks like, but I know what I need.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So no, social media doesn't control how I view my woman, because everyone is different. You feel me? I'm not bringing in nothing from the past unless you start talking about my past. Now, if you start talking about my past too much or throwing accusations out there, then, you know, I'm not going to accuse you of something. If we're together, I'm not going to accuse you of doing something and be okay with that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, oh, you fucking him, and then be okay with that. There's no way. So if you're going to accuse me of something, you might as well leave. Because eventually, if you say it too many times, I was going to do it.
And that's the thing. I hope eventually, like, you will, you know, leave sometimes. Like, because if you always put the onus on the woman leaving, you'll find yourself in situations longer than
Women are, I guess, I'm not going to say, they're just okay with some shit. But you're not. But you are. You're really not. But you really are.
But I'm gonna hold you to that. But there's things that you're not okay with, but you're still in.
I'm okay with a lot of things. When I'm chasing something, you feel me? And that's what I've been doing. I'm like a rabbit chasing a carrot. They get the money to provide. They get the money to do. I'm focused on that. I don't really get off of that focus.
Okay.
If I do get off of that focus, it's only for a quick hour or 2 minutes, right? It's not even, it don't even last that long. So when you are talking about me staying in a situation, that's because in that situation I was able to focus. In that situation I was able to do what I need to do. Now when I find that it's hard for me to do what I need to do, then it's time for me to do it.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel like at times you've had so many dysfunctional situations that you actually have been able to learn to thrive in the dysfunction and still manage and maintain and
My
do
life has
whatever?
been dysfunctional. So I've been able to thrive in dysfunction my whole life.
So
it doesn't have to do with a relationship. My life, like,
okay, so your life has been when
that's
is-
the only time it feels normal is
so
when it's
that's-
dysfunctional.
That's my whole point.
Right.
So when do you change the narrative?
That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's why I'm in my space. That's why I'm by myself. That's why I don't allow people to come into my space. You feel me? Like it's this is my boundary. My front door is my boundary, bro. This is my safe space. I'll come in here. I'll chill out in here all day. I won't leave. I'll be in this drink by myself. Give me some waters and something to eat. I'm good.
So now I'm going to ask you something else, and
Go
I do
ahead.
not want to turn this into an interview.
Go ahead.
But so, you know, you have the radio station, you're always working hard, and
Right.
I know that like once you laser focus, you're focused,
Right.
and I know that that you believe in your mission, your purpose, and everything. But off the subject of the radio, I feel like you believe in the radio, you believe in your mission, your purpose, but I could be wrong. I wonder sometimes, do you really believe you are worthy of having the things that you want? Because
So,
we can always say
want
we want
something,
things,
right,
or
right, right.
you feel worthy though.
No,
See, and that's why you move the way you do sometimes.
absolutely. It's self-sabotage.
Yes.
I get that. My therapist tells me that all the
every time
time.
I try to hold you to the carpet, we just go back and forth and back and forth.
No,
and
it's
back
not
and forth.
because you're holding me to what you see, not what I feel, right? And you can't. I said how I felt. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yep, you know what you right, P. You'll figure it out. Right? That's what a friend does. A friend gives support. A friend doesn't try to change your mind and
That's
get
true.
you to like. Oh no, you got to come over here to be accepted. Oh, you want everything to work for you. You got to come over here. Oh, you got to do that. That doesn't work, right? So you pull my coattail. You say, yo, you got to check that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's your check engine light comes on. Your car just doesn't shut down when your check engine light comes on.
That's facts.
You feel me? You got to check that. All right, I got to take it. Now I can ignore it, and then the car starts to shake. All right, now I got to take it and go get it checked out. By the time you get it checked out, if it's starting to shake, you done ignored it for too long. How long your check engine light been on? Oh, my check engine light been on for 3 years. Oh, boy, your car about to die.
And the thing is, I get what you're saying. I
Right.
respect that. And
Right.
I'm never trying to force my opinion or views on you, but I know how it is to self-sabotage. I know how I've operated from my own personal wounding
Right.
and picking relationships and friendships. So when I see it in other people, I feel inclined to want to help because I was able to move forward from it. And I want to see everybody win and happy. And I don't want you to be on a whole Ferris wheel or merry-go-round longer than you have to, because I feel like I could have been did certain things.
I could have been did certain things too. Sometimes you have to, like I said, in this space right now, I am allowing healing and understanding the just to pop up. You feel me? It takes a long time to understand who you are,
Facts.
especially for me, right? Because I had men that could lead me, but they were not capable of leading me the way my dad did.
Because they hadn't had a capacity.
And I'm not knocking them for that. So for me, it's healing for me to sit in this space and sit here and understand what I have on my table, everything that I have. I was trying to talk to a baby mom earlier about the way we communicate and the way my expectations for my children across the board are the same.
Okay.
You feel me? It don't go up, it don't go down. Across the board are the same because I know who they are. Our children don't understand who they are until they get to a certain point in life and they understand, like, damn, I could have did that a little bit.
Right.
I could have worked a little bit harder on that.
Right.
Right. So I'm gonna push you because I realize who you are. Right. And if I'm pushing too hard, then I'm automatically the bad person. You feel me?
True.
But I'm the father. I'm
Right.
supposed to push hard.
Right.
I'm not the mother. See, the
Right.
mother is the nurturer. It's like the guardrails, right? I'm gonna roll you down the hill. I'm gonna push you as hard as I can. If you hit the side, mom's gonna be there to say, it's okay, baby.
Right.
But keep on going. It's okay. Your dad loves you. If you're not gonna reinforce those things into your child, then of course your child's gonna feel some type of way. Of course your child's gonna be mad.
Facts.
Right? But being the guardrails at a bowling alley, those safety things that keep you from going into the gutter, be that.
True.
Bounce them back out. You feel me? Keep
feel
them
you.
going, right? So it just it gets hard sometimes for me, but I didn't have that. I only had one.
Got you.
So when my dad rolled me, my mom was there until he wasn't there, and then I was constantly going in the gutter.
And I want to say this publicly because, I mean, I know I might have felt like I was coming at your neck for a little bit, but you know it's all in love.
No, he
And
wasn't
people don't
coming at
know
my
me personally, but,
No.
you know, I say things because I want to be helpful. And, you know,
I
as
said
much as-
something that to you didn't sound like what I said before, right? And I get that. You feel me? But it's still the same.
True.
Because I'm able to erase it. I'm telling you, I wipe my board off every time. I'm not gonna take something from you and like, oh no, this one did that. No, I'm gonna say this example showed me this. What you take from this is what you get from it. But this is a new person. It's a new attitude. This is new energy. Let's stick around. Let's find out what's really going on. You feel me?
Right.
Invest in your relationship. People run too quick, bro. Me and Gio used to have that conversation. I'm out. You crazy. And I ain't coming back.
But you know what? A lot of times when people run, it's because they might have seen people run. It usually be generational.
I saw
And
my
and
dad.
that's somebody's coping skill in a lot of cases.
I saw my dad stay right there. That's the man that I remember. After I seen so many other men play in the streets and do, he stayed until he died. So what am I supposed to do as his son? Stay until I die. Until I realize you trying to kill me and then I'm out. I'm not going to argue with you every day, bro. Are we going to work together on this? Can we work? We can't work? All right, don't worry about it. I'm going to go work. I go back to the station. I figure out something. I go back. All right, I got it to do this. It's still the same thing? Oh, boy.
But I feel like, too, you say that you don't want people that's like this, but I feel like sometimes if it's in a constructive way that's trying to, like, help you. Because, like, again, I could come at you like this, and, again, I'm not dating you, but
Right.
I can come at you in a way like, Pierre, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But then I've had personal conversations where I'm very nurturing.
Right.
And I'm lifting you.
Right.
I feel like with every woman, if you want a successful relationship, you have to have that balance. And I didn't always have it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because, people don't know me, so they be like, dang, she coming at you. But I've had conversations where I've poured into you and I've been nurturing. And I feel like some people just have that one side, like the mouth piece, but not the nurturing piece. Or
Right.
have too much nurturing and don't know how to stand their ground. Got to have the duality of both.
It gets hard when you deal with a lot of stress or you're going through a lot. When you know you love somebody, bro, and you're trying to fix it or make it better, right? And just things aren't allowing you to do that, right? And sometimes you could say it's a difference in the way y'all think. It's a difference in the way y'all view life, and that's cool. You feel me? Like we should be able to break off and not have all the tension between us, but that's the tension is still there because you feel some type way about the break.
Facts.
Right. So I don't feel any type way about any break that I've ever had in my life because I gave you chance after chance. I gave you, like, look, the chances were there. So you can't say it was me. You got to look at yourself. So walking away and understanding who I want and who I want to invest in, I need to invest in me.
That's facts. And my prayer one day for you is to be able to see you thrive without the dysfunction. That's like, but the thing is, I realize in my 42 years on earth, I can't want for people more than what they want for
Yes,
themselves. And that's
yes.
something that I get caught up in. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
50-50. Don't stress me out. Please don't stress me out. If we going 50-50, we going 50-50. I don't need you to go 50-50 on the bills. I need you to go 50-50 on the relationship. If I'm giving you, you need to give me. If I'm buying for you, you need to buy for me. If I'm taking you, you need to take me. I'm not asking you to take me as often as I take you, but occasionally, maybe
you
my
ever-
birthday, Father's Day, and pick another day. I get 3 days out the year. If we got to talk about that in the beginning of the relationship, then let's talk about that. I need 3 days out of the year. Out of
That's it?
365
That's it?
days, for you to take me out and do something
That's
for
it?
me, if you
That's
want to,
very minimal.
if you want to do more, you can. I'm saying I need 3: my birthday, Father's Day, and any other day you want out the year. I'm not looking to be, oh, look how great he is. I don't need that, right? I need my woman to appreciate what I do. I don't need you to, oh my God, yeah, my man. I don't need all that extra stuff. Appreciate what I do. Talk to me in a loving tone. Give me words of affirmation, and I'm gonna do every fucking thing else. No problem. I'll run through a brick wall.
I believe you. But when have you ever had reciprocity? Like,
I had it.
You had it?
I had it. And
did
then
you self-sabotage?
I think I did,
Okay.
but not as much as she did.
Okay.
Or maybe she did it less than me. We both did it, but it didn't work. And that's the thing, right? When it doesn't work, when it's not working, you can't force it to work.
But then it goes back to when you do get to the space of dating and you're healing and you think about, like, when you start attracting differently, it's going to be different for you because you're not going to be attracting based off of your wounding. And that's, like, so deep. Like, so many people are connected with people that they damn sure know ain't no good for them, or they may be good people but not good for you. And that's where we get caught up. It's a lot of people that's good in the world, but they might not necessarily be good for you.
I get that.
And you still want to hold on because they good people, but they ain't good for you.
Right.
And I had to learn that shit.
That's real.
Platonically and romantically.
Got a prayer. Self-sabotage caused a lot of people to miss out on great people and great relationships. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And that's when you're not used to happiness, when you're not used to love, when you're not used to seeing things, you will blow everything up. You will destroy it because it feels uncomfortable. Like, why is she telling me she loved me so much? Like, I had a friend used to call me on the phone. He's like, bro, like, I said, what's wrong? He's like, man, you going out? I'm like, yeah, I'm going out. I was going out because I wasn't receiving the love. He going out, he talking about, man, she always talking about she loved me and she bought me these sneakers. I just don't. I said, bro, you want to trade? You want to switch? He was like, nah. He was like, well, you want that? I said, absolutely. Man, you see how hard I work? See what I do? Working a job, I'm hustling, I'm doing all that. Bro, like, it's hard.
Facts.
And if you don't know what you want, if you don't say what you want, if you can't show what you want, then you fucked up.
But sometimes it starts with us giving ourselves the love that we give everybody else or that we desire. We got to start with ourselves because you can desire to have someone to treat you well, but if you don't love yourself, then you're not going to be receiving anything.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I don't know.
I know I kind of went in on this topic.
Yeah, you did. You did. You spent an hour and a half trying to tell me I ain't know what I was talking about. How you going to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about for me? You're thinking with the little head. That's what men do.
I get you.
You don't, like, how can you try to switch a man off?
I get you, but I'm always going to see the king in you. So I'm always
I
trying
get
to think.
that.
I'm always thinking about that when we had these conversations.
But think about this. The king had a bunch of wives. He didn't have just the queen. So how you say you always see the king in him, but I'm not allowed to have a bunch of wives? No, you got to be king minus the wives. No, I'm not the king. That's what made the king the king.
No, I want you to say what you mean and mean what you say and stand on that 10 toes down. Period.
Again, my wall is erasable. Your wall is chiseled in stone.
Chiseled in stone, yes.
That's
it
how
is.
women are. That's why we fight like we do. That's why we argue like we do. That's why it's men versus women with it. It shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't be that way. Men have to understand that women are stone, bro. What they chisel in the law don't come in after 3 o'clock. That's what it is.
No.
For a man, it's erasable.
But I'm going to say this.
Because
Love.
it's logic.
But I'm going to say with this. Love without boundaries is dangerous.
Not saying boundaries. My boundaries are a fence with a lock on it. I can open up that boundary anytime I want. No, I said no. I told you no, I don't like that. You bring me some sneakers, bring me some
Remember you say,
sweatsuit,
no, I don't like that.
and I let you come in.
No,
But guess what? As soon as you get to yelling, I'm pushing you right back over the fence.
What if you?
And it's electrical.
I'm gonna give you a real situation.
Go ahead.
Like, you be like, no, I don't like that. Or
Go ahead.
somebody's like coming at you, mouthy, talking to you crazy, and next thing you know, she dropped down to her knees and start giving you some, top. And next thing you know, it's like, yes, that was your standard though to say no. It was no.
It's
But
still
now-
no. When you get up, it's still gonna be no. Just because you did that, it's still gonna be no. Why would that change me? Why would that change how I feel?
Because I'm going by what you said that you would deal with someone
I said I would deal with someone, yes, who
if
has
certain
good,
things,
right?
yeah. So I'm thinking, okay, so maybe
maybe.
you might have some flexibility in certain
Flexibility,
areas.
right?
And some you might be
If
saying,
she's yelling at me and then she just drops down and she does that, she gets her eagle on.
Mm-hmm.
Why would that make me change how I feel? I understand why she's doing it because that's what she wants me to do. So I'm
okay, so in some areas you're like,
I'm a man. I will never be a female.
okay,
I could never be one.
I know that.
Right. So she chose to do that. Don't mean my energy has to change towards the answer or she's trying to do it for something. No.
Okay.
No.
Touche.
I love to give anyway. If I have and I say I love you, you got it. So if you barking right now, this is something you being greedy. And we done had that situation a couple times. I've never known Leslie to be this quiet in my life. I've never
Because at a certain point, I just don't talk.
I've never known a person to not understand when I say I can be a giver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a taker. You feel me? I don't like when people give to me. I tell people all the time, why? You sure? No. Right?
So have you ever been given and it's been thrown in your face?
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's the wound that you have. You don't
Absolutely.
trust to receive because guess what? You feel like
that
it's gonna
goes
be
back.
thrown in your face.
That goes back to when I was younger.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So
Like,
everything stems from a wound.
You on these wounds. You keep finding new wounds. Can I? Yeah, I need some bandages. Anyway.
Gosh.
Nothing to say, Leslie?
Is nothing I've said you probably haven't heard before. I'm not saying
I've heard all this stuff
Yeah.
before. Dante said it before. Leslie said it before. You feel me? Like, that's just how I am. Like, that's just how I am, right? I'm gonna
do it that
if I feel like I owe you something, I'm always gonna want to pay you back. I'm always gonna be in your fucking corner. If you say like I did this for you or I helped you, all right, cool. I want to make sure you're all paid off and you're away from me. You feel me? Like, because once you get to bringing up what you did for me, it's a wrap, bro.
But then it makes me think, how many relationships have you had where it's just like, I'm doing this for you out the kindness of my heart. I don't want anything I really just
People
care
barely say that because I typically bring that energy out of people. I can bring that energy out of you. You can say you did something for me out the kindness of your heart. I can have you talking about, no, nigga, I did that for you. I took care of you. I made sure you was straight. Oh, yeah.
But what is it about you that would want to do that?
Do what?
To-
Bring that out?
Bring that out.
I shouldn't be able to bring it out. If you did it from your heart, your head don't know.
When
But if you
people-
did it from your brain to
Okay.
win something,
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
your brain definitely knows.
One thing, you can be a kind giver, but when people start acting ungrateful or acting like funny towards you, you be like, yo, like, I was just there for
and-
you,
and
and you
that's
gonna
the-
act funny towards me,
and that's
like,
the
nigga,
thing.
please.
And
It's
that's
not.
the thing. And
It's not.
I'm definitely gonna say something. I'm a giver, but you start
Then
being
you're not giving.
ungrateful.
You're not-
I'm going to check every boop, 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 boop,
Right.
and I ain't going to
Right.
with you no more.
Right. So you're willing to walk away.
Yep.
I get that. You're scorching the earth.
Nah, because it's like, it's you have to really like, because it's like, yo, I don't try to keep tabs of my good deeds, but it's like after a certain while, like, all right, you done fucked up here, and I just been eating and just be like, oh, this person.
This
goes
is
through
a
something.
relationship.
This is a friendship. It don't have to be a romantic. It could be a friendship.
A friendship.
It could be a friendship. If you are giving me your ass to kiss and I've been there for you, and it's like
And what do you
multiple times
consider-
I've given you grace, multiple times I've given you grace, and you still
What do you consider grace?
like you had an attitude, you was talking shady, you was real attitudey, maybe cuss, maybe scream, just real rude in your negative energy. And I'll be like, all right, this person might be going through something. I'm gonna give you a pass a couple times, because we all need grace. But it's a fine line. After that one time, whenever I decide like I'm done, that's when I'm gonna air your ass out, and then I'm gonna be like, fuck you, and I'm done. Maybe not be fuck you. It might just be I'm not saying nothing to you.
Right.
And if you want to talk to me, we can talk about it. But I'm done with you. And only God will be able to get us back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's real. That's definitely real. I understand that.
Because how many times you supposed to give people a chance to disrespect you? How many times?
I mean, you give a person a chance to disrespect you as long as you stay around. If a person has disrespected you one time, you think that's the only time they're going to disrespect you?
Love is an action word. Care, like
If a person has disrespected you one time, do you think that's the only time they'll disrespect you?
if you set a boundary.
Answer the question. If a person has disrespected you one time, do you think that's the only time they'll disrespect you?
Depends on the person. It depends on how you set that boundary. Like, okay, I let you slide on this, but that can't happen again. And if they,
Do it again
then you have the option to roll.
to roll out, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't be nobody doormat.
Absolutely. So if you're a doormat, what are you?
A doormat.
Okay. I get it.
Some people just, I don't know. I understand forgiveness, but I also feel like it's a fine line. Like, how many times you gonna let somebody do the same thing to you and then cry about it and be like, you did this to me, but you did the same thing several times and you just allowed it. So at some point, you got to take accountability for how you allow yourself to be treated.
I feel that. Yeah, I wasn't really worried about that. Right? Whether I was a doormat, whether I wasn't treated correctly.
But that's a self-worth thing.
It is. It's definitely a self-worth thing, and I've never, until I started going to therapy. Like I after my mom passed, I went to intensive therapy. Like this therapist, pretty much yelling at me the way y'all just was when I was talking about.
I wasn't yelling. I was just being firm.
I mean, giving it to me, like, and it was driving me crazy. I'm like, bro, I don't need this drink. On the phone too. I said, I muted it so many times, right? Just start saying, what the fuck, like. But I understood it. Right, I understood why I was going through it. I understood why the therapy was necessary. No, I've gone through ups, downs, ins, outs. I've experienced hurt. I've experienced pain. Hurt and pain are two different things for me.
Okay.
Right? Hurt is uncomfortable. Pain is like, that pain has sit me down.
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
Could you deal with a woman, you know how I come at you? Could you deal with a woman that comes at you directly? Not about like with facts, with actual factual stuff, and be receptive to it in a non-defensive way? Because because again, it's different. Like the report that we have is different versus.
Do you think I was just defensive in this situation?
No,
Right.
I don't think he was defensive.
I'm gonna handle it the same way. Now, if you get to cursing at me, then we gotta have another conversation because I'm not cursing at you,
Right.
right? But yeah, I can have a conversation that's not going my way. I typically have conversations that don't go my way a lot.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, I just want that person to understand who they're shooting at.
Did you think I was shooting?
No, I'm just saying. In most conversations that are not going your way, it's a shooter. The person's shooting information at you because you've hurt their feelings or you've done something that didn't sit well with them. Why are you mad at me? Are you serious? Are you saying that this is, even if it's not that, you're saying that this is that. So if this is that, where's my that? If you're talking about I owe you this, where's my that? No, it's no that, then it's not a this. You get it?
Yes.
Right? So I can deal with a person shooting at me. If I did something wrong, if I hurt her feelings, if I disrespected her, absolutely. I can apologize too. The moment she tell me I did it, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention.
But a change behavior is what matters because you can apologize.
But you have to wait for a change behavior. You don't get a change behavior right away. You're asking for a man to change. It takes a while before he turns around. Right? If you're asking for a man to change, he's not going to turn around instantaneously. It doesn't work that way. You got to wait. You got to be patient. Now, he has to show you that he's changed. He has to be willing and open to communicate that he's changing, that he's doing this differently. He's not doing that anymore. He's doing more of this. He's doing more of that. He's doing less of this. He's doing more of that. Then you realize, then you'll be able to see that changes. Oh, damn, this nigga really changed. You feel me? But you can't see that if you're thinking, oh, it's supposed to happen instantaneously. The next time the chick call, he might answer. He might go over there.
Fuck no. Some things could be cold turkey. Some things.
Again, you're a woman. The need and the want ain't as bad. It's not the same.
Okay, I'm just gonna take your word.
I'm just saying. If you ask any other man, ain't no other man gonna say, yeah, cold turkey, I'm done. That's the case, we wouldn't be dealing with half the things we're dealing with in our society today.
Okay. Touche.
Well, that's Uncomfortable Conversations, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Big shout out to my good brother, the fireman, that gave us a donation to the station, man. I appreciate him, man. Good looking out. Leslie's supposed to announce that when that happens. She was playing her game on her phone. So, we're out of here. Drea, say goodbye to the people.
Bye, y'all. Hope y'all was entertained.
Mm-hmm.